Oh, well, let's try to get this all set up there. We're at an angle, of course. We're always at that angle. You know, I might have should have tried to change my back. No, I think the Band-Aid's all right now. If I gotta change it, I'll change it. Yeah, the dog is having is in labor, and she's had one puppy. She's had one puppy so far. Let's see. She's that's where I got the Afghans put down. That's the floor of the my closet and stuff. And she got the say she's got a that's the only puppy we got so far. I just wanted to I wasn't sure I was going to go live. I was well, I knew I was wanting to go live. I was thinking I might go live later. And I still might go live again later. Thanks for hitting that like button. I don't know if you did you see the puppy? A few more people show up, I might turn it around. You never know, she might have another one while we're actually on the stream. Let me get my glasses here. I see that. Okay. Yeah, okay, I see you. What's up? Ange. Yeah, I was thinking, well, I made a little short just a minute ago and uploaded it. I don't know if you saw that yet, but showing, I videotaped, like, I've been laying down and I had my lamp off. I had the lights off, and I was just kind of like, I was going in between X and posting and stuff and commenting to people and watching stuff on YouTube, and I knew that she was probably going to have them today because she started panting. She had started panting earlier. The past week, it could have been any day now. I knew it was coming. But the past few days, she'd get down off the bed and get into that spot for a little while, like she knew something was not right. But then she'd jump back on the bed. So I've been just trusting, hoping that when it happened, she wouldn't do it start on the bed. Because when there are water breaks and stuff, it can be a little bit of a mess. Although the cover don't seem real wet or anything, but she's only had one so far. And I haven't looked at it or picked it up and tried to see, you know, is it a female or a male? Because I figure I'll let her have them. And, you know, like, hopefully this time tomorrow she'll be done. Because I have had, I had a cat one time that had, one kitten one day, and then we thought it was done or something, I think. And it was the next day it started giving birth, like it hadn't finished. Like I didn't know until then that, and it only had the one or two more. It didn't have a big litter. But it started on one day and didn't finish it. Like I thought it was done because it had one and it was like nothing else was happening. And we went into the next day, and at some point the next day, something started happening. And I was like, what's going on? And another one started coming out, and I was like, whoa. So I suppose that can happen, you know, with dogs too. Especially if they're carrying a lot of them, it might take a while. I know that when Ladybird had the litter that had this dog that's having a litter, that last litter of Ladybirds, I remember her being in the spare bedroom and she was having them, and you could hear her moaning throughout the night. I knew she was having them. Yeah. But by the next morning, I think it was like I got up, I heard her start it, like what was going on, and it was just kind of like a process. And I'd get up and check on her and stuff. And then by the morning, there was a few puppies or whatever, and then by a certain time of the day, she'd had them all. But boy, she wasn't liking old Biddy. The other dog was had just came in and was going over close to her, trying to check out the scene. And I said, Biddy, don't get, because she's already vicious, like real, very protective, even before she got pregnant. And but being pregnant, she's gonna definitely be like even more, she's gonna be more on guard. And so Biddy wasn't that close to her yet, but boy, she was over there, she was a shaking, and she's like, don't come near. I was like, Biddy, don't go near her, because she's going to snap on her if she does, At least let her get the puppies out, and then intended to for a little bit. But, another dog that's younger, like this one out here. Let's see, somebody did pop back in. There is another person that popped in. I don't know if they're still here, but I was going to turn it back around for a second. I was trying to be honest with you, I was trying not to go live yet. Tomcat's World, another channel that I subscribe to and am friends with, had said he might go live today, this morning. And I've been watching out to see if he had gone live yet. And I guess he might be a little behind on whatever. He might go live later. But what I was trying to do is not be in the middle of my own live stream when somebody else did. I wanted to, like, if they go live, I was wanting to be in their chat and be there and be like supportive, like at least for a little bit. Like even if it wasn't but 5 or 10 minutes that I could be in there and hang out. Okay, yeah. I think he was in chat the other day when you were in here, wasn't he? He's been showing up now. He was here yesterday briefly in the morning, and then hey Keisha, how you doing? Oh, hey Keisha, did you see little big girl's having her puppies? Well, she's got one puppy so far, but I'll show you. She's down in the here. I'll show you. See, that's the first puppy. Of course, we don't know how many she's gonna have. Look at that belly. She's got a big old belly. But so what I was saying was I was trying to see if Tomcat went live earlier, and I was going to try to be in his chat if he was. I didn't want to have a live stream going and him going, and I wanted to be over there checking him out. So, but anyway, that being said, even if he goes live now, I'm already doing mine. I'm going to just go with this for a little while. He might even show up. Who knows? I wanted to do a stream yesterday evening, but then, like, my days have been, like, ever since I've started back, focusing on my sobriety from alcohol and stuff, my sleeping pattern's gotten a little bit, like, I'm starting to get, well, ever since the change of daylight, even whether I was drinking or not, when the time changed back, I've been having a trouble then. Hey, Nature Girl, what's up? Little big girl's having her babies. Well, she's got one. I just showed everybody. Give me a second. I'll flip the camera around again. I'm trying to. She's got one, and of course, we don't know. Like, I won't know until they're all, She seems to be doing a little bit different. Like when Ladybird had her first litter ever, Ladybird seemed, that's understandable, I guess, first time ever. But Ladybird seemed a little bit less, like her instincts didn't see, like they kicked in, but it wasn't quite the same. It was like, I could tell it was different. Like this dog seems more like already, I don't know how to explain it. She's doing good so far. So good, Let's see if I can show you real quick. There she is in the floor with the Afghan and stuff. I don't think I can zoom in, but you can see what the one right there looking around for the nipples and stuff, trying to feed. So, yeah, you doing all right though, Keisha? Are you still here, Keisha, with us? Keisha, Nature Girl, and yeah, I thought. Well, like I said, I was trying to like hold off, but like it's already, it's like 1:35. It's the afternoon, and I thought, okay, well, I haven't seen Tomcat hadn't went live yet, and I thought, well, my dog just started having babies, and then I thought, well, this is kind of a reason. This is kind of like there's something going on other than just me being bored or anxious or like a little depressed or something, and just needing somebody to connect to. Like there's my dog's having, even though it's going to be stressful on me, man. It's going to be every time Lady Bird ever did have puppies. Over the 5 years that Lady Bird was with me, she had 3 litters, but over a 5 years period of time, there was many times she was in heat, and I did pretty good at keeping her from being yes, a Cajun from Bio K torture. Oh, I see now. Nature Girl figured out where you're from. Yeah, like the other day, Ange, wasn't you in the conversation when Mike Maranatha was here? Because he mentioned you mentioned Louisiana. He said he was in Louisiana, and I'd forgot that. I didn't. I've known him for a while, but for some reason, I thought he was out on the West Coast, and he might have actually told me at some point. But like I might know him, and had some deep conversations with the guy, but it's not like the conversations we had wasn't a lot, it wasn't like if we touched on some of the superficial information, it was just brief and then on to some deep subjects. I figured if she starts having them and it gets kind of loud or something, and I might have to move another room, or I'm just kind of like this. There ain't much I can do for her unless uh, if something starts seeming wrong. There ain't really a whole. All I can do is try to make her comfortable. I lived in New Orleans for like a brief stint, about in '99 on the streets. But like that was the first time I'd ever been homeless, really, or technically what you call it. Oh, yeah, it was weird. Like especially like before I ended up there, I'd been couch hopping kind of, and then I'd stayed a few times in a public park in this small town that I was staying in and living in. But I was, you know what I mean? I was near my mom's. I just realized cleaning that lens off made a big difference there. I wiped the lens, and it seems like it made the picture look better. Yeah, and I remember. So I took off down and ended up in Mississippi for a week with somebody that I hadn't seen in 7 years. You can look her music up, Bronwyn Brent. She's a folk artist. I left from there after about a week in Mississippi, and then went to New Orleans, and then I spent 3 months on the streets. At the time, I wasn't really communicating with mom. Mom was still alive, but that's needless to say. Things went south after about towards and into the third month, and I had to pretty much I had to I made a collect call to my mom, and she got a ticket wired to me, and the next day I was on a bus and came home to Tennessee. But you live and learn. I wouldn't change anything. Those were the first days that I really started understanding there was something taking care of me. Like I never doubted again about the whole big kahuna and creator type thing. Like something guiding me, something instantaneously, sometimes answering certain requests and stuff. Well, I try to learn. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, I mean, it's like it's something, like I was reading from the Master Speaks yesterday, and I mentioned this, I think, in a video, or maybe it was the last, but like in the Master Speaks, it was talking briefly about what was it? Dang, I done forgot my thought. Oh no, it was talking about how it was talking from the reference that people often suffer for the same thing over and over. Like when you relive something in your mind, like let's say we keep, like, even though if we've messed up and we've moved on and we've tried and we're at a better place in our life, every time we rethink about whatever it is, like if we keep down on ourselves about what it is that we messed up in the past about, if we're currently in a better place, we're doing detriment by even bringing that thought up or that memory. And I was relating that to in the Four Agreements and stuff. He also, the author of the Four Agreements, talks about that little voice of knowledge in our head that's always like trying to, the chatter that goes on in our brain. My mom was there. It was my father that was, like I knew who my dad was, but I mean, I had a good relationship with my mom. Now we did get when we butted heads. We butted heads. We argued real bad, but we were like best friends too, though. But I was relating the idea that humans are like in the Four Agreements. It talks about human beings are like the ones that tend to suffer over, and we make ourselves sometimes remember things, and like other animals on the earth, like aren't sitting, like if they make a mistake, they're not like keep reliving it like we do in our heads sometimes. I don't know, it just made me think, and I'm trying to be more now centered. This whole week I've been better at the title that I have, that I say. I'm glad y'all are having a good conversation here. I'm reading. That's cool. I'm following y'all's conversation. That's cool. Nature girl. Oh. Oh. Yeah, yeah, so far, like who knows when the next one will come. I'm just like kind of so I figured that's going to be the bulk of the day for me. Is either doing a live stream right now and might do another one later. I'm hoping that I can. Yeah, I'm glad that y'all are both. I'm glad who showed up. I'm glad everybody that is here is here. And like I said, my intention was trying to hold off, and I was going to be watching, Tom's live stream, but probably maybe after a little bit longer, and I in this one he might be like if he don't go live today, it ain't no biggie. It's like I was just going to try to be in his chat and support him because he comes in mind when he does see it. But I know he works a lot too, so sometimes I'm going live. Like sometimes during the week I go live at times that ain't appropriate for him. Like he can't just be there. BRB. Yeah, I know. Well, the first few weeks ain't so bad because they don't have their eyes open and they're not moving around. You know what I mean? It's like you get through that once they open their eyes, and you got a little while before they really moving around making a mess. But after about going into the third week, they start getting a little bit of movement in them, and then you start seeing a transition from where they start their body starts working, and then you got messes to clean up. Because she'll keep them clean and cleaned up, the area cleaned up for a lot of it for the first few weeks till they start moving. Then that's the challenge for me, is having to get up every day and figure out. I still have time. I'm going to try to figure out a little area like that. If I can block it off and keep the puppies in that area to where when I get up in the morning, that's where I pull them up. I can get them up out of that area, clean that area, put them back in, like keep it where like I don't have puppies messes all through the trailer or whatever. I try to keep it more confined to one area. So that's the biggest challenge, is just having to make sure I stay on point doing that, getting up, cleaning up after them until I'm able to, because once they, once I'm cleaning up after them and stuff, even though they won't be ready maybe to give away yet, I can start telling people and maybe taking pictures and showing people and having people say, hey, let somebody know I got puppies. But there is some places that if I have to, I haven't ever done it, but I would like I've been to, like, now that Betty has that van, I might be able to arrange it. Once they get to a certain age, if nobody personally that I know has already gotten one or anything, whoever, any guy I have left and need to try to get rid of them, there's a few places we can go, like little flea market type spots on a Sunday, or there's some places in another place you can go to. Like you sit out and put up, you have a little container, have them in a box or something. Put a sign up, say free puppies. Doing something like that, I probably have, like just sitting here waiting for people that I don't know. But like sometimes the last litter, I ended up with just one, and that was her down at the last. I almost thought I was going to end up with two of them, the boy and her. And like I didn't intend to keep her because she was female. And she just kind of ended up here. And then Ladybird, of course, died. And then this little dog showed back up. And she's female, and I really didn't need another female. And so now I'm here with one that's having babies and one that we probably have another couple months before her first heat. And I am praying that I can, I'm going to try to work on long overdue things as far as that's concerned, trying to just see if I can arrange, get her over to the place, get her looked at for the first time so they can say they will fix her, and see if I can get it hooked up with that program where I can get her fixed for a discount. Because I'm on disability and everything. They have a program in Alabama that the nearby vet, he's a part of it. All I have to do is take a couple pieces of paper up there showing this is my income. I'm on Social Security. I'm fixed. Oh, okay. You're heading to your second one. Dang, I bet you you running yourself ragged, or are you starting to, is everything adjusting pretty well for you, like doing two? But really, if you weren't getting full-time hours at the first job, and this second job is making it like you're working a full-time job, that's pretty good then. I mean, I don't know if that's, or if one of them's full-time and one is part-time or anything, but that's pretty cool. Just be careful, you know, heading to your next. Oh, see, like my day's already like I've been like going since this morning, like, and I feel like it's just weird. I keep feeling like the days are later than they are, but you know. And then that's good though because I go down earlier. I hear that. Well, well, hold on. Uh, yep. She's about to have another one. I don't want to show it. Uh, she was a pushing. No, she's a pushing. One's. I don't want to flip it and show that. But what I'd say is I'm gonna stay on this a little longer and see if if the other one comes out here shortly. Then I'll flip it once she's actually had the. I don't want to show anything that could be like it ain't gross, but it could be considered like yeah, there's one coming. Yeah, we got another baby coming here. Yeah, I agree with you. You got to keep going. Okay, we got one almost out. Let her get it cleaned up a little first. Yeah, she's a starting to clean on it now. She's licking it out. Yeah. I was wanting her to have it first before I flip it around. I didn't want to show the actual process. I was sitting here watching it happen, but I didn't want to put it on camera like because I was wondering, like, I'm not offended by it, but it could, like, I don't have this age restricted or anything, and I thought it could, the algorithm might pick something up like that as offensive or need to be restricted because it's showing a dog give birth or something, but um, let's see, she's licking it off right now. It just came out. Her butt had came up in the air and she was pushing, so I knew there was another one coming. Do you have another one, baby? Do you have another one? Where's it at? Okay, it ain't fully out yet, or is it? I'm not gonna flip it until okay, sorry guys. This is kind of neat. So this is me being like, because little big girl is like my grandbaby, because Ladybird was like my baby, So these puppies would be like my great grandbabies. Yeah, I think it's still all shiny and stuff. So I'm gonna let her before I show it, I want to make sure. I want to let her do her thing and let her get it cleaned off and let it be make sure it's fully out and moving around on its own first. So you might not get to see it just yet, but I mean, if I don't show it before we get off the live stream, I'll definitely have pictures and little shorts and stuff I'll be making between now and tomorrow. Like once she's had them all, of course I'll be showing pictures and doing little videos of them and stuff for both channels too. So. But yeah, guys, I don't know who else is still here. I know that Ange is here. Nature Girl says she was on her way to another job. And then one person was here, but I don't know if they popped out. And then I just think someone. What I was saying is, if someone's new to the chat, my dog is giving birth to her litter today. She just had her second one which she's clean up. I want to see. Okay, it is moving. Okay, now I see it moving. See, I wanted to make sure before I flipped the camera. I thought, let's make sure the puppies. I didn't want that to be on camera either. Like if I flip it around to show you, I don't want it to be like something wrong with the puppy and stuff and having to deal with that on camera. Like if that happened, I would want to be off camera, and then like if it was like bothering me too much, I'd get just end the live. But no, it's a moving around. Oh my goodness, yeah, it's a moving around over. And she's getting it nice and cleaned off once we get it. I'm trying to see what kind of coloring it is. So, yeah, that's cool. I'm glad I went live with this, for a little while. Okay, now we can flip it around. There's nothing wrong looking here now. Let's show you let's get over here and look at the other puppy. There you go. Okay, hold on. If you look, there's the one that just came out. Hold on. See? And if you see, it's a red coated, because the father of these puppies, she linked up with Astro, and I knew that some of them are going to both, because her redness, she's got a red blonde, and then he was real red, and that's got that brownish. So there's the other puppy, and I'll let her, come here, buddy. Now get your cover back up over here. Sorry, guys, she knows what to do. Biddy, are you worried about something there? Don't get over there and get bit, because she will get on you. She's going to be a defensive mama now. Hey, did you hear her growl? She's growling at Biddy. She don't want Biddy nowhere near her. She's like, you get away from my puppies. Biddy, you better just get back on the bed. Get on the bed or go in the living room. Don't get over her nosing on her. She will put you in check. Yeah, what am I going to do? I mean, I am kind of bummed out that it's something that I have to deal with, But what else is new, That at least that's something that is, once they start moving around and making messes in the floor, that's another thing that I have to get up and do every day that will give me like a sense of, like every time Ladybird had puppies, that's the way I handled it. It was stressful. You know what I mean? Did you see the other puppy, Nature Girl? I showed him, it's got more of a reddish, because it should, because her and, she's not as red as Astro, and I think Astro's might be gone. We hadn't seen him I ain't seen him in almost 2 weeks. We thought that he was off running after another dog or something in heat, but nobody's seen him in a while now. And if he wandered off too far, like if he got hurt somewhere too far away, we might not know. Like if he's on the side of the road somewhere that we don't travel often. You know what I mean? Which he wasn't really technically my dog. I just took care of him and let him stay in here. Okay, she's having her third one. We got a number 3 coming. And it appears like it's going to be a black one. So just because he was red, now, that's what I'm thinking. She got hung up twice, and both times was with Astro. Although the rest of the time she was in heat, I kept her in on lockdown pretty well. It's just she happened to get out 2 different times, and then the time she was hung up was. So that, but just because he was red like that ain't gonna mean nothing really. So we have a white and black. We have a mostly white one with black dots. The second one is red looking, like got the red blondish coat. The one that she's now cleaning off and getting the what is that called? The placenta, or the skin. She's taking care of that. That's what she's eating it right now. I know that sounds gross, but that's what they do. That's the part I'm refraining from flipping and showing. So she's cleaning that puppy and getting that outer layer of skin off of it right now. And there it goes. Looks like it just now started moving and taking its first breath, I believe. It's like, hey, where am I at? And it is definitely black. Might have a little white on it. Now I would say, now of course I don't know where Astro came from, and he can, their genes can. Oh, you did hear her growling, didn't you? Yeah, when Biddy right here, when little Biddy was when Biddy was over here by the bed looking over there. That's the second time this happened, but I'm trying to tell Biddy, she probably ease up once she's had them and she's gotten like used to having them, but she ain't gonna want nothing coming too close to them. I mean, that's just the way it's gonna be. Yeah, if you see, I'm just gonna flip. I ain't gonna get up right now, but she's over there cleaning she's almost got that third one cleaned off. And I was wondering if we'd have one, maybe or two, come out resembling ladybird. So that one being black, that one may, once I give them a few days and stuff, I ain't gonna be messing with them much for a few days. Let her handle her business unless I'm seeing something. Well, here in a second, I'll show you the third pup. I'm just letting her finish up. It's still down there by her cooch, where it just came out. But now all the skin is off of it. And it's like, it's going to be starting to make its way up towards the titties, I imagine, where the other two are right now. Not trying to sound vulgar, but that's just, part of it. Hey, I'm just using words like that you hopefully understand and know what I'm talking about. Okay, I think we're safe to show you. And we got contestant number 3. Now, of course, I haven't tried to look at them. See that one? Oh, yeah. That's old ladybird right there. That might be a boy, might be a girl. I don't know, but that's got some ladybird in it. That black. Yeah, I was excited thinking about these because even though she don't look no, she looks a lot like ladybird, just not her coat. Like when I look at little big girl, when I'm looking at like laying on the bed and just staring at her, or the way she looks at me, she definitely resembles her mom a lot. But it's just her coat. But if you were to see her, the top part of her coat's got some black in it. But I wondered when she got pregnant. I said, I wonder if any of them will come. If the genes, because she came from the DNA of labor too. If I'd get a puppy that looks reminded me of Oh yeah, I don't. I don't have preference. I just was curious if I would see one that come, and we still shouldn't be done. I'd say she's got at least another. Well, I don't know. See, Ladybird. The first time Ladybird had puppies, she had 11. One died during the birth, like where her weight got on it or whatever. But yeah. So that knocked it down to 10. Then I did get rid of one to a person, and then the rest of them I ended up having to take down to the shelter. And I didn't like doing that, but that was I couldn't. Then the second pups that she had, I want to say she had 10. And one died in the process, and then the other 9 all ended up dying once they all opened their eyes, started moving around. I was taking care of them, putting them outside in the mornings, cleaning up the spare bedroom, and then all of a sudden, one of them got like sick, weird, like shaking and doing weird. And by the next day, it was dead. And then that whole week, like every other day, I was waking up to either one dead pup or maybe it'd skip a day, and then the next day there'd be two. So none of them survived. And then the third litter was the last litter, and that's where little big girl come from. So, yeah, I might not be on here very much longer because I'm not kind of just. I need to think about. Really, there ain't much I need to do, but I was gonna get off here shortly and kind of maybe just kind of. Well, just kind of take care of my dog until she has some more, until just sit here and be cool until the rest of them are born and everything, see how everything goes. I really ain't got nothing else to really do. Yeah, you have a good day. What I'm saying is I'm not sure, like I don't have any specific thing to quit the live stream for, but I was thinking about, I just came on for a little while anyway, just because of the dogs and everything. And then also like, it's Saturday. I might try to, when I end this, I may go looking at some other channels to see if they're doing any streaming and be in their chat. For instance, if Tom does go live at some point and I can catch it, I want to catch him and support him, just show some brotherly love. You can hear the whine in there, starting to whine. They're wandering around looking for her, trying to get her. She's cleaning them. Girl, don't get over her, man. She's going to go crazy on you. She's about to go get bit. Biddy is trying to get over her dear. Oh, my goodness, Biddy. You don't want to get beat like that. You won't get hurt. I know she's going to hurt you. She's just going to be a mama. She's going to be a good mama. She's going to be a good old mama. Yes, she's going to be a good mama. I think my dog's going to be a good old mama. Yeah. Biddy, it'll be all right. Just don't go over near her. Don't go get hurt now. You ain't got to be that curious. They some good dogs. Heck, I ain't got really nothing else to do. I figure I'll, like, I was just talking about getting off here. I know you're heading to another job or something. Isn't that right? But there is stuff. I see somebody else still here too. So I figured for right now, let me check my battery life. Good on my battery. Yeah. Just kind of seeing. Did I get some messages here? Okay. Okay. Like I've said before, a lot of times, the only time I usually like end a stream with just abruptly is just if I start getting nervous or like I just, for some reason, sometimes I'll just after a certain length of time, I'm like, this has been pretty good. Cause I don't ever want to stay on so long that it seems like kind of like I haven't yet to do like that's something that I can look forward to doing, planning a stream where I start it early in the day and we just keep it going most of the day. Doing something like that would be kind of cool, like on a certain, like if I'd been able to do that on New Year's or something, like I've been on here for multiple hours. Well, hell, the other night when I went live and stayed live for over 2 hours, that was real fun. Wasn't a whole lot of people, but there was a good handful of people, and there was good chatter going in the chat between people and between me and the said people in the chat. But a lot of people anticipating Monday, ain't they? The inauguration and stuff. I'm not really paying attention. I figure something kind of might go haywire. Yeah, I am. Now there is a mess I got to clean up over there. I see. She'll probably clean up something, but yeah, that like when I get off here in a second, I need to get a rag or something. There's a little bit of a mess now on the floor that she could use some help with. But I don't know. Ladybird always, I always thought that, and then like when I'd go to clean it up, pretty much everything was, because the mama dog, she's like in the process of eating and cleaning all that kind of. I'm curious to how many more she's gonna have. And if you're about to start your next job, have a good one at your next job. Don't work too hard. You said you were heading there. Like I thought I was going to get off here right then, and then I'm just kind of like not really. Like I saw, like it looked like another person might have popped in here, and really, I think it's Saturday. What else am I doing? People are kind of enjoy to come here. I think I'm gonna grab a rag real quick and see. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna look at this mess. Okay. Hey. Okay. Let me go get a rag to put on that. I want to soak that. I think that's just part of her water. I think that's part of the, after the third one, some more fluid leaking and stuff, and it just kind of. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. Okay. She's had a fourth one, and it's kind of white and black dotted looking. Okay, so we gotta. I'll just let her finish cleaning them off. So we got 4 puppies so far. Okay. Okay, that's why there was that mess. She just had a 4th one and I missed it. Yeah, well, just be careful when you head to the. But yeah, she just had a 4th one, so we have a 4 now. And it's she's cleaning that. That's why when I looked over, there was a mess that had not been there, and I guess that was from this 4th puppy coming out. So I took a rag, like when I went over there to put that old shirt down to kind of soak some of that up, I noticed the 4th puppy. Cause I seen a black and white one, and I was like, wait a minute, it's over here. Oh, okay. But what I was saying, like I think I'd be happy if she'd stop at 6, I'd be pretty happy. But I don't know, because Ladybird, like I said, had 10 or 11 one time, 10 one time. Then the last time, I don't remember, 11 or 12, it was like. Now, of course, the second time, every one of them died, I said. So it was like there must have been something. If you'll give me a second, I gotta do something with my back here. I gotta take change this Band-Aid real quick before. I ain't gonna do it on camera or nothing. I gotta find something to wipe my back off with. Okay. Yeah, whenever you head out, just be careful and have a good rest of the evening or the rest of the day, okay, Nature Girl? I'm just taking care of. There's these Band-Aids I've been having to put on this wound on my back. And, it was about ready to come off on its own, so I just was. Well, you know that I don't ever really know how long I'm going to be on here. It's just, yeah, ditto. I just figure, a little bit ago, I was thinking it was about time, and then I'm like, well, it's Saturday. Like, if I get off here right now, I ain't going to be doing nothing else. Probably just surfing through some channels or something. Or I might just be paying attention to the dog. And then I need to make something to eat later. Okay. Okay, I got that Band-Aid on there. Luckily, I got the right kind of mirrors and stuff where I can stand up and see my back when I'm putting it on. Okay. Well, why don't we... Okay, it looks like someone popped back. I was seeing it look like we were down to 0. I don't know. It appears someone's still here. So I have my dog, Little Big Girl. I don't know who is still with me, but I know that Nature Girl. I don't know. Like I said, okay, let me see. There's 4. We got 4 right now, and her belly's... I'd say there's a couple, there's at least 2 or 3 more in her. I mean, I could be wrong. So if there's 4, I'm suspecting another. I'm at least suspecting 2 more, which would be 6, if not 3 more. That'd be 7. I'd be okay. But like, I'm just, but you never know, you know. I don't think she's gotten quite as big as Ladybird did. Like I said, Ladybird she had 11, then she had 10. Each time she had no less than 10. So that's the only thing I'm kind of. But looking at where her belly's at right now, it's telling me, and I'm no good at this. I'm just guesstimating. I'm gonna guess another 2 to 3 puppies, and we should be done. And that'll be a little bit less to handle, you know. Hopefully, there's no complications during the birth, like how Ladybird had sometimes. Like I said, at least each time during her birth, one would pass or be dead when I found it. And so that was usually just one, like during the whole birthing process. So. This seems to be going a lot better than any of those times. Yeah, hearing them babies. Yeah, I know. And I'm going to be sleeping with it. But, like they're going to whine for a little while. But once she gets them all out, once she's had them all, I'll kind of like try to get her to move so I can... Because she's pushed the cover out now. So they're on the bare floor. But I'm going to wait till she's finished. Then I'm going to try to like get her to move away for a minute. And like readjust everything on the floor for them. You know what I mean? Like I don't see any point in really doing all that right now. Until she's had whatever that she might be having. I don't know. She looks like I'm just guessing she's probably got at least a couple more, but when she just gave me a sign right there, I had a straight look at her belly. It looked like she could have possibly be almost done. Like, so anyway, well, I think I will wrap this up for a little while. And then I'll check out and see if anybody else is doing their live streaming. And, there's a few things I can be doing here. I might do a little writing. I did some, I wrote a little yesterday, and then I did a little writing on X today that I shared here. And there's more reading I can always be doing too. So, but my main concern is just kind of like the dog is going to be my main concern for most of the day. Until I see how many puppies there is, and getting the bedding set back like for more comfortable as we go into the night and stuff like that. So that'll be like the biggest part of what I'm doing today, other than cooking something here in a little bit. So I'll see you later, and if Y'all have a good rest of the day. I may go live this afternoon a little later after like I might do another like I might do a live this it just depends on how I feel. Like I said, I've been getting tired early. Like after it gets dark, I'm like ready to call it a night almost. And I might be up for a couple of hours, but I've been going down early. So like yesterday I wanted to do a live like later in the evening, and I just was like I found myself like, man, I was like relaxed. I was tired. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill. And if I had not went live yesterday morning, I probably would have done one at some point in the afternoon or when I decided not to yesterday. But that don't make a difference. It just depends on how I feel. Saturdays are a good time to try to do them, you know, Fridays, Saturdays. So, but I'm enjoying doing them just about almost every day at some point, whether it be in the earlier in the day or later in the day. Just remember that you might catch me just about any time, just depending on how I'm feeling. So I'll talk to y'all later. Until next time, Mr. Old Grey Cloud Hill, Sage of the Eternal Moment, over and out. And we say ditto here for I love you.